My ex and I separated before the divorce. She agreed to watch the dog while I found a new place. She had the dog put down instead. Number one, we're off to a bad start. Normally I read these and I'm like, nah, well, that's what happens when you marry somebody like that. But this is cruel and unusual. I don't like that. That poor dog. Ladies' engagement ring / wedding ring, $1,800. I'm selling this because my girlfriend didn't like it. I designed it myself. It's appraised for $2,500. No lowball offers will be considered. It comes certified. I have all the paperwork to prove it. That's so sad. What the hell? Can I see the ring? Designed it himself too. So much effort. Oh, wow, I could cry. Aw, that's so nice. Why wouldn't she like it? What do you mean? That's so rude. I feel bad. I'm just sad now. That's so sad. I hope that he sold the girlfriend with the ring. No. Even if somebody gave me a ring and I didn't like it for whatever spoiled ass reason, do you think that I would ever say that out loud? No! I danced with 2 people at my wedding, the one I married and the one I wish I married. What the f? Then what are you doing there? That's messed up. That's messed up. First of all, it's messed up to get married to somebody when you want to be married to someone else, but also inviting that person to your wedding is also strange, right? In my personal opinion, it is a little strange. Also, remember when we used to do this? I never did it, but I always like looked at it, where you like anonymously submit your like big secret. This is hers. A hip shrimp. Wife cheats on her husband during his frequent travels for work. She files for divorce and gets to keep the house. Months elapse and the husband is still rightfully pissed but has no recourse. Then he has an epiphany. I wonder if she changed the password to the Nest thermostat. She did not. For the next year, he continues to mess with the thermostat. In the middle of summer, when they're sleeping in his bed, he turns the heat on to 90 degrees at 3 a.m. Middle of winter, time to shut off the heat and hope the pipes freeze. Away on vacation, turn the air conditioning down to 55 and let it run 24/7 for a nice surprise bill when they get home. Oh, okay. In the beginning, I read it right, but my brain computed it wrong. So when I read wife cheats on her husband during his frequent travels for work, I was thinking it was the opposite. So I was like, yo, why is this guy, you cheated? But no, it's the opposite. She's just a bad person. Well, I'm like, that's what we just call karma. You know what I mean? Okay, so question. I have a maid of honor and 3 bridesmaids. My maid of honor and 2 of my bridesmaids love the dress I picked out for them and have ordered it. It is $265. Now, I totally know that not everyone can afford that, but all of my bridesmaids have waited 36 years for me to get married. Nobody waited 36 years for you to get married. I'll tell you that. I'm sure they're all very happy for you, but I'm sure none of them really cared, okay? They weren't waiting with bated breath for you to get married. No, they didn't. I just found out today that one of them wasn't planning to spend much more than $150. What do I do if the other 3 of the 4 total have the same dress? Pictures of one of our engagement photos. First of all, not wanting to spend more than $150 on a dress that you might not even like, and also you probably will never wear again, is like so reasonable. And you, as the bride, should probably, I don't know, foot the rest of that bill if you really want them to wear that dress so damn bad. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Man, people are entitled. It's all on Facebook too. What a surprise. Like, I thought people on Facebook were just great.
These people are evil, remember?
I feel like I'm like on the internet in 2010 looking at these. I don't know why. I dated 2 of my husband's best friends. They were both groomsmen in our wedding. No awkwardness at all. We grew up together. That's what happens in a small group of friends. I mean, that is true. That is true, and also like, yeah, f it. But at some point I'd probably like explore outside of the friend group, but that's just me. I guess like that would be before I like found my husband, you know? Because then I'd be like, well, I love you and I don't want to explore outside of the friend group now. But after 2, I'd be like, well, you know what they say, 3rd time's the charm. My ex-wife told me I could leave my stuff in our house while I found somewhere else to stay. I assumed this was a goodwill effort to keep things as amicable as possible between us. When I went to get my stuff, she had burned it all. People are wild. People are wild. It's like, you could just not do that. Let them do the thing, let them find their place, come get their stuff, clean break, no worries. see ya. It's like, just take the high road, or just don't let them leave their stuff there. I don't know. It's also like, I know divorces get like so messy and all of that, but at one point you really like loved and cared for this person, so I just don't know how people like completely forget that. I know people change, blah blah blah. Again, I haven't been divorced, I haven't even been married, so maybe I don't know anything, but I just think that there's better ways to deal with these things.
Hey everyone, has anyone received any wedding gifts in the past that were a slap in the face? How did you deal with it? Just that right there already is more than enough. My partner and I had a very exclusive wedding, all inclusive, and the focus were our guests. Our best friend, husband, and kids knew this, and they gifted us 2 Kmart towels, a total value of about $10. This hurt us a lot as it was a slap in the face. We don't know how to deal with it. Any suggestions? Okay, so you made them go to an all-inclusive, first of all, which like costs money. They probably had to travel somewhere. Anyways, maybe it's all they can afford? Question mark? Be thankful they wanted to be there to celebrate your special day and focus on the qualities in their personalities rather than the material items they may or may not have given you. Yeah, 100%. Is there any other comments? Hope somebody's like, your karma? Exactly. Oh, I can't see that bottom one. Oh, are you actually serious? It's not about what you get out of it. It's about celebrating with, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Literally, like, people go to weddings and don't bring a gift. Like, I don't know, I'm already here. I already spent money coming here in the first place. Most people do. Weddings cost other people money too. Oh, man. And what do we do about it? They gave you towels. Everyone needs towels. Even a Kmart towel. The 40 answers and 12 reactions really says a lot. That's how you know that things are bad.
You know what, I shouldn't have asked.
I couldn't attend my friend's last-minute destination wedding because I had to travel to visit my dad, who was dying of cancer. That's very sad. To handle hospice arrangements. She was pissed and tried to guilt trip me because I couldn't afford both plane flights. That was the end of our friendship. Yeah, that was definitely the end of your friendship because you don't need a friend like that. That's terrible. That's terrible. Imagine. Wow. Also, destination wedding, like, sometimes people can't go. If you want to go away for your wedding, that's totally fine. But a destination wedding is so expensive for your guests. You have to remember that. And they also have lives and jobs and people to care for in their lives. Honestly, you didn't need that friendship anyway. Get rid of it. Sometimes the trash just takes itself out, you know?
Dilemma of the day. Oh no. I'm a bridesmaid for a friend and she has asked the bridal party to cut all of our hair to the same length. Fine, I can do that. Nope, not a chance. I'd already be out at that point. And dye our hair too. I'm a blonde and she wants it to be a dark brown and I really don't want to do that. Is it selfish to say no? No. No, it is not selfish to say no. And that's an insane thing to ask somebody. I would actually cutting, you're fine. The craziest part is that you're fine with all the same length. Like, no lady, this isn't the Rockettes. Like, what do you want from me? No, I would be like, no, I'm fine just being a guest. Wear whatever they want, just spend less money. You don't have to do a bunch of weird activities and weird photos. You just hang out. No thanks. Oh my God, all right. Whew.
This guy found out that his bride was cheating on him, so what he did to her on their wedding day shocked everyone. And many people say that he took it way too far. Craig and Jennifer had been dating for many years ever since they met in university. Craig had also been friends with this guy named Smith ever since they were kids. When Craig and Jennifer got married, he introduced her to his childhood friend Smith, and all three of them became very close. However, Craig became suspicious that Jennifer was cheating on him because she was spending too much time with Smith. But he didn't say anything about it until their wedding day. During their wedding, Craig thanked everyone for coming and got on stage to make a speech. At the end of his speech, he asked the guests to remove the envelopes that were attached to the bottom of their chairs. Of course, all the guests thought that there would be a gift inside. But when they opened it, they saw a picture of Jennifer and Smith having sex. He then walked out and left Jennifer in tears.
Oh, dang. That's savage. Why would he subject everyone to have to see a photo of that? I guess he's like, if I gotta see it, so do you, folks. That's crazy. And like, probably people like wouldn't believe him or be like, it's not that bad. So you gotta go with the shock factor. But at the wedding, I've always like wondered, because like it's so expensive to get married. So you go through with it just to not get married? Do you go on the honeymoon? I don't know. Got a lot of questions.
After the ceremony was over, the bride informed informed us that in order to save money, the wedding party wouldn't be served a meal along with the rest of the guests. She said, "You already had the privilege of being in my wedding. What more can you ask for?" I'm like, a plate of roast beef, Karen. That's what I can ask for. What do you mean? Imagine. And how many people are in your wedding party? How much more, if you're spending thousands of dollars on a wedding, how much more does it really cost? Like, you know, to feed your wedding party? Or you should have just invited less guests. Right? That's insane. I would leave. I just wouldn't be there anymore. You know? Also, you pay to be... I could rant about this one for the entire video. We're moving on.
At the risk of sounding entitled, at the risk. The fact that you've already posted something this long is too much. I have to vent today. When we invited our friends and family to our destination wedding in Thailand, only 9 people RSVP'd out of 150. Okay, I get it, paying $3K to share my special day is too much for some of you. I'd pay for yours, but whatever. Alright, sure, let's keep going. But then when we changed the wedding to be in Hawaii so it's within everyone's reach, only 7 of you RSVP'd? It costs less, but less of you want to come? Is that what you think of blank and me? You can't spare $2K to come share our happiness? I'm tempted to just elope and not let any of you be a part of our happiest day. This is it, guys. You have 3 days to respond to our evites or we're deleting you off of Facebook, and good luck keeping up with our lives then. Nice. And don't get me started on the registry. Only the cheap stuff is gone. I swear I thought I had better friends. Blank and I are asking you to reconsider.
I bet they got 0 RSVPs after that. Okay, first of all, you wonder why people don't want to spend $3 grand to go to your wedding, okay? How you keep them updated is by posting on Facebook, so, alright? I already don't like this person, just in general. What? All of this? Only the cheap stuff is gone. Yeah, because they're already spending $3 grand to go to your wedding. Oh, sorry, $2 grand because you switched it to be, you know, within everyone's reach. Like, that's insane. People are crazy. Also, the whole point of, well, not the whole point, but like part of having a destination wedding is like only having your closest friends and family who are willing to spend $3 grand to come to your wedding, right? Like, that's the whole point. I don't know, 150 people for a destination wedding? That's insane. I could never plan that.
No way.
My oldest friend married his high school girlfriend the second time around. I was one of 4 groomsmen. In discussion later, we determined that 3 of us had slept with her over the years. Oh, see? Everyone likes to keep it in the close friends circle. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I'm not judging, first of all. No judgments here. I'm intrigued. I want to know more. Is it ever weird? Does anybody get jealous? Does this cause problems? Just wondering.
The final straw for me was when the bride demanded to see the toast I'd written so she could edit it. She ended up rewriting it all together, and I ended up skipping her wedding. Yeah, what the heck? Maybe be like just a good person, nice friend, somebody people like, and you won't have to worry about what the toast is, you know? Because you'll know people are gonna say nice things about you. Because why would they say anything bad if you're just, you know, living your life, being nice and doing your thing? People are wild. I feel like people don't actually want to get married when things like this happen. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think I care too little, which would be bad if I was trying to plan a wedding, you know? Like, I think that I would be on the completely opposite end of the spectrum where I'm like, whatever. And then it would just end up being a disaster because I didn't plan anything. Ugh, that's why you get a wedding planner.
Bridezilla's mother telling me not to buy eyeshadow for a wedding 8 months away. Oh good, Jeffree Star is dropping a purple themed collection. I was thinking I had too much money. The glitters! Don't buy purples for the wedding, love. Everyone in neutral shades got you booked in with makeup artist. It has nothing to do with the wedding, I just love Jeffree Star. Also, I shouldn't be booked with the makeup artist. I am hair only. Imagine just trying to, you know, put a thing on Facebook being like, whoa, really excited for this new eyeshadow palette. And then somebody's like, ooh, not for the wedding. No, I know that you would probably already be buying makeup for the wedding, and I know you were gonna go for bright purple. Also, if you want to go for bright purple, do it. You're wearing a white dress. You can wear any makeup on your eyes and it's gonna look great. It'll blend right in. Why do people want to tell other people what to do on their wedding day? If you want to wear a purple dress, wear a purple dress. Who cares? Who cares? Also the glitters. I know, we're not here for Jeffree Star, but we, you know, the palette. We're talking about makeup here, okay? I know Jeffree Star is very polarizing, to say the least. A couple of years back, like these photos are killing me. Chris, do you get what I mean by like, I feel like I'm looking at like 2010 internet?
Kinda, yeah.
Where it's like this, like, I don't know, there's something about the style of these photos that I just feel like is, you know, a decade old. A couple of years back, I met my best friend's ex at a conference. We hooked up. My friend and she just announced they're getting married. I'm the best man. Ooh. Ooh, that's what happens, but you knew it was your best friend's ex when you hooked up at the conference and you still did it. So, okay, did you tell them? Did you guys tell him that you did that? I got questions.
My ex-best friend, I love that, so dramatic right off the start, my ex-best friend. My ex-best friend tried to make me and another bridesmaid walk down the uneven outdoor aisle without our glasses, saying they would ruin the aesthetic of her wedding, and she told us the morning of the wedding, so we didn't even have time to get contacts. Her mom was able to calm her down by reassuring her that she was skinnier and more beautiful than both of us, so no one would be looking at us anyway. Imagine somebody being like, you seeing ruins the aesthetic of my wedding. Like, what? That's insane. That's so insane. And then on top of that, imagine needing your mom to come and tell you, well, you're skinnier and more beautiful. I'm like, why do we enable this kind of behavior? I ever said something as asinine as this, I hope somebody would come and hit me on the back of the head. You know? I'm not about violence, but sometimes you just need somebody to smack the back of your head and be like, what are you doing? Well, if that's her mom's reaction to her being like that, we kind of understand how she got that way. Ooh.
If you weren't informed by Mike, it's mine and Christian's wedding next month. If you're, okay. Great, already. Why does everyone just expect gifts, by the way? If you're buying us gifts, the requirement is to buy us gifts above $250 for either me or Christian. So what you're saying is that you want something over $250. Yup. Well then, don't expect me coming. Honestly. What does it say at the bottom? We have beer, cocktails, cake. Well then you're losing because we have so much people here that have confirmed. Okay, I still don't care. Then you don't need a gift over $250 if so many people are coming, right? Like, that's insane. Most people would be like, hey, we have like this limit, we're not spending over this, like, you know, you guys are already going out of your way to come, we really appreciate it, blah, blah, blah. Like, I know it's like tradition or whatever, normal to get gifts for people who are getting married, but like, it's not a requirement to go to somebody's wedding. You don't have to get anybody a gift. 2 of my friends got married. The groom cheated on his bride quite often, including the night before the wedding. Cool. An anonymous text was sent out and spilled the beans to the bride. A fight ensued, I would hope, but the wedding continued as planned. Also, the girl that did the bride's makeup for the wedding, well, that was the girl who had been sleeping with the groom. I've never witnessed a more awkward situation in my life. I can freaking imagine. First of all, if I found out that my husband-to-be cheated on me the night before the wedding, that wedding's not happening. I'm so sorry. Everyone can have their food in a takeout box or something, but we're not doing that. No, no, no. Get fucked, buddy. You had your chance. Second of all, no need for makeup now. I'm not getting married anymore, so go have fun. You guys want this wedding for you now? Well, now you owe me fucking 20 grand. People have more forgiveness than I do, though. People have more patience for things like that. No, no, no. No thanks. I'll cancel that whole damn wedding. Don't try me.
It was 10 degrees Fahrenheit in February. I don't know what that is in Celsius. Cold? Probably. It was 10 degrees Fahrenheit in February. Well, it's February, so yep. And the bride insisted on outdoor photos without coats because we can't hide the dresses. Even the photographer told her no, and she pitched a fit. Years later, she still complains about how her bridesmaids ruined her wedding. I'm like, well, don't have a wedding in February then. As a Canadian, I'm like, the coldest month of the year? That's when you want to have your wedding? I mean, all the power to you, but when I was home for the holidays, it was minus 40 degrees Celsius in December, and it's only gonna get colder. So imagine. And also the photographer said no. Take your little iPhone pics outside alone then, if you want, without your coat on. I feel like I'd do it though for the bride. If that was me, I feel like I'd do it, but not long. Like 2 pics, we're in. I'm not getting frostbite for you. No way.
My mother-in-law wore a wedding dress to my wedding. Oh, and mother-in-law too. Not even like, because if it was your own mother, at least you could just like, you know, not that you should ever be mean to your mother, but like that you could just like rip her a new one. But like your mother-in-law is like, I mean, you still can, but it's just a little bit of a different story. That's insane. Well, at that point you'd be like, I don't even know what to do. I don't know. I can't kick her out because like, then my husband's gonna hate me now because it's his mom, but like he also probably went to kick her out because that's just stupid. Like people are like, don't wear white. This lady wore a whole wedding dress. That's crazy. And also just weird. That's weird. I cheated on my husband on our wedding day and married the guy I cheated with 1 year later. So the first one went well, yeah? At some point, like when you re-invite everyone to another wedding to another person the next year after you cheated on your first husband, are they like, we're not getting you a gift this time? They're not going to the destination wedding, you know? They're not spending the money this time. They're like, we'll do it in the backyard.
The bride got walked out on by her entire bridal party except her maid of honor. Of course it was because no one loved her and everyone wanted to ruin her day, not because she ripped a bridesmaid's dress from the neck down in an open area because it was too white. It was the dress the bride insisted on all the maids wearing. Why? Sometimes I feel like people who are getting married absolutely lose their mind. I don't get it. Maybe there's something that goes on when you're trying to plan a wedding and you just lose it for a little bit. But like, you chose the dress too white. Also, like, everyone knows who's getting married there. Why does it matter? Everyone could show up wearing white, whatever. We still know who the bride is. It's not a contest. People are wild.
I'm getting married in 4 months. One of the bridesmaids have put on a bit of weight since I've asked her. How do I tell her nicely that she needs to take a few runs around the block daily? I don't want a fat heifer to ruin my wedding photos. I'm so pissed off. They know how much this wedding means to me and she just doesn't give a f. Don't even know what to say about this one. That's f***ed up. I hope this friend first of all saw this first. I hope that friend has way better friends, and I hope whoever this is had a terrible wedding. I wish that on somebody. Yep, I did. And I don't even care if that's rude, I mean it. On my wedding night, I slept with my husband's brother after we smoked pot. That's the reason. My husband still doesn't know a year later. I like that that was the reason that they gave. They were like, yeah, normally that's not what happens after that. And you're telling the internet and not your own husband. Like, at what point, like, how do you live with the guilt? You know what I mean? I think that's why cheaters always like are like suspect that their partner is cheating when they're the one that's cheating. Cause like the guilt just would eat away at you. Right? I don't know. I think it would personally.
When my friend was a bridesmaid, she received an astonishingly detailed itinerary of how to behave on the wedding day, with notes like 9:52 a.m. Compliment the bride on how she looks on this, the most important day of her life. On the actual wedding day, the bride repeatedly got angry with my friend for not adhering to her itinerary. This was after several months of the bride expecting my friend to be available at a moment's notice to take care of any wedding chores. They haven't spoken since the wedding day. I wouldn't have gone, or I would have gone and made sure to do the exact opposite of what the itinerary says. 9:52 a.m. I would have been like, are you sure that's the dress? Did you happen to bring a backup? I'm like, you wanna make my day? Let's go, buddy. Oh god, I wouldn't do that. Of course I wouldn't. You guys know me.
I slept with 2 guys on my wedding day, the one I married and the one see, what is with people in this? The one I married and the one I wish I did. Like, why are you getting married then? If you want to be married to someone else, don't get married. It's so expensive. You don't have to do it. Like, there's so many reasons. That's crazy. People are crazy.
I didn't make it to the wedding. Great start. I didn't make it to the wedding. I was best friends with the woman. Literally, we did everything together. She assembled her wedding party and didn't invite me. She threw me my bachelorette, witnessed my marriage, etc. I found out later I wasn't invited because I was overweight and her mother thought that would limit bridesmaid dress choices and throw the wedding photos off. At least I know I dodged a bullet. Wow, you sure did. Holy. Also, imagine planning your wedding around what your mother wants. I'm like, oh, is it your wedding day? No? Then zip it. Also, just imagine thinking something like that. Fucking weirdo. Sorry for cursing, but Jesus Christ.
I cheated on my ex-wife before the wedding and the day of. There's nothing I regret more than not dumping her for one of the other girls. Jeez Louise. Oh my God. You see, this is why you don't go through with the wedding when you find out. Like, you know, it's bad timing for sure the day before the wedding, but you dodged a bullet. You know what I'm saying? Kind of. I mean, you did, because you didn't go through with the wedding, which is like, it's way harder. I mean, I guess you can get an annulment. I don't know what that's like, but it's way harder to get a divorce than it is to get married. So just saying, why even do it in the first place? Even if they're not cheating, fuck it. Just say no to marriage. That's the petition I'm starting. Say no to marriage.
The bride, who is one of my best friends and very frugal, asked me and her other bridesmaids to hand make all of her wedding decorations. I put in 15 hours a week hand making decorations while also working and going to school full time. That's crazy. I get asking, but like expecting is completely different. You know, you can always ask for help. I understand that. There's nothing wrong with that, but like that's a lot. Sometimes you just gotta have a small wedding.
Bro, so Shay talking about she want all the groomsmen to have a fade so everybody can look clean, cut in the pictures and everything. So what are you asking me? You want me to cut my dreads, which I've been growing for 7 years, to be in the wedding? Yeah, bro, imagine asking somebody to cut their dreads off and then get a fade. Like, no, absolutely not. Because she wants, it's not even the person that you're there for. Absolutely not. Nope, sorry. I can't even come anymore. Not only can I not be a groomsman, I'm just busy. I got something else to do.
People are so entitled.
At a wedding rehearsal, I'm a groomsman wondering if I should tell the groom that his bride and I hooked up last night. Yes, you absolutely should. First of all, you shouldn't do that in the first place. But second of all, yes, you should. You totally should, and you'll probably lose a friend, but you did the right thing after you did the very, very, very wrong thing.
Okay, 6 years ago my childhood friend got married. Her requests. Refused to approve any shoe I picked after claiming I could pick any shoe I wanted, disinvited my parents after sending invitations, required we buy expensive makeup to cover up our visible tattoos, no updos, I have long hair, this does not ever work out well, ever, no pedicures or full sets of acrylic nails, demanded $3,000 in cash gifts for her honeymoon to Walt Disney World. She was offended when she realized no one was gonna pay for that. I ended up pulling out of the wedding and ended the friendship. Their marriage lasted 2 years. Oh. Yeah, that's not surprising. That's not surprising. Also, a honeymoon to Disney World? Not for me. I'm not judging, but not for me. Also, no pedicures? That's so bizarre. Or full sets of acrylic nails? Like, what? That's weird.
Bridesmaid to a cheating bride. I was asked to be a bridesmaid one Saturday morning. That night, I know the bride cheated on the groom. Plot twist, she has flirted with this guy before, 1 year prior, but nothing physical happened and she said she was over it. Plot twist 2, I am engaged to her brother. I feel shitty for not standing up for what I believe in, but I didn't want to cause a family rift, ... Suggestions? I also have an incriminating photo, but don't want to send it myself. It's like this forever like battle of like not wanting to get involved in other people's business, but like at the same time, like if this was me, I would want somebody to tell me because I would be upset to just be like kept in the dark and not know that this terrible thing was going on behind my back. But I do understand being on the other side and being like, listen, I don't want anything to do with this. I'm just trying to like, you know, like if I could anonymously submit this incriminating photo, you know? That would be like a perfect scenario. Well, I mean, maybe you can. Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should find a way. There's an app for that.